Hello. Today we are talking settings. I'm going to go on free play while I talk about this because it's going to be a pretty long topic. I don't want to just kind of like give you my settings and, that be it, because it's better if you actually understand them first. So that way you can adjust them to your own, because I think everyone has slightly different settings, and I'll be speaking on like the settings that you could probably change. To start off, we're going to just go on training. Game speed. This is just a setting to adjust the speed of your training. I know a lot of pros use this. Personally, I don't. Maybe I should, but it's basically just there to help you practice really badly, like how I'm doing. No, it's there to slow your game down. The biggest effect that it has is when you finally do turn it back to normal, you're supposed to feel faster. I know, right? Weird. It's like a placebo thing. I know that some pros, like, they go on free play in the morning and they turn their game speed all the way down to like 50% for like 10 minutes straight, and then they turn it back to 100 so they feel really fast. But yeah, personally, I just like the classic of just going in free play and just doing whatever. Disable goal reset. This is a big one, actually. These two, in fact. I would personally have it on. As you can see here, like, I can just do anything, and then if the ball just like accidentally rolls in the net, it doesn't, it doesn't just go in. It doesn't give you a whole replay that you have to skip and then start from the very start. You can just reset it like this. So it's a lot easier. Personally, I like it because you can just do that and then spawn the ball back in your head and be done with it. Otherwise, if you have it off, I'll give you an example. You have to wait for this and then reset every single time from the starting position, and it can kind of just ruin your flow. I definitely didn't just miss that. Boost options, I have it on unlimited because I like to be able to just play really fast in free play and do whatever I want. However, I would recommend standard and then getting rid of all your boost on the bottom right, and then going through pad lines. There's a figure 8 pad line here. As you can see, this is like the pad line in the middle. So if you're like rotating back, you want to be going through here and then getting this pad and back post, right? So it can help you practice that, but that's like the only big thing. And I guess maybe if you just want to see where you're running out of boost the most and like how much a play, like if you want to feather your boost, practice feathering it and see how much boost you actually have when you go up for one of these like double taps or something. But apart from that, yeah. Gameplay. I will not be talking about, frankly, any of this. The only thing that I will talk about is, I've seen pros talk about it, is if you're lagging, the only thing that you could change is input buffer. If you're lagging or getting like input delay or something, just change it to literally anything that you're not using. Just change it to something different and then test it out. Like, that's my only recommendation. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, that's like a very random tip that not many people know, is if you are lagging and you change your input buffer to something different than it's already on, it could actually help. So yeah, cheeky little tip for you. Camera settings. Camera shake off. If you have it on, get it off right now. There's no reason to have it on. It looks horrible. It's in just about every game, even in like FPS shooters, camera shake is on, but it's just like bad in general. It's not good for pros. It's there for like ambience to get you into the game. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Have it off. It's field of view, sorry. My field of view is on 109. I believe anything above 107 or 108 is good. Field of view is, I mean, I won't bother explaining it because you probably know what field of view is. Pretty basic. Don't really need to talk about it that much. If you're not like crazy about your field of view, I would recommend just setting it to 110. That's what most pros use, like 90% of the player base. I have it on 109 because I like to be different, and I saw a mate have it on 109 at one point, and I wanted to try out his camera settings, like you may be doing in this video. Distance. My distance at 260. I think that gives me the like optimal distance away from my car. I think distance usually ranges from like 240 to 270. So if you don't have it in that range, then I would definitely recommend changing it. Moving swiftly on, height. I have my height on 90. sometimes, so height and angle, I have my angle on -2. So height and angle go hand in hand. So if I increase my height, I will then decrease, no, sorry, I'll then increase my angle. That way I'm like, so if I increase height, I would decrease angle. So I'm still on like a similar playing field. I will say some ones players that like are really into flicks, if you're like a big ones player, have their camera settings like here, like really like a low angle, and sometimes a low distance as well. And that's just like so they can control their flicks really easy. But personally, I don't need that anymore. I've done my time. I can do some good flicks and then just shoot it normally, and I've gotten used to these settings. Again, everything will take a bit of time to get used to. Stiffness, this is actually very big. Controls how riggedy your camera follows your car. I have mine at 0.45, so it's like kind of basically in the middle. This is actually a big thing. So you could have some really wacky camera settings, but have your stiffness on like 0, and you would be able to like see everything. So let me give you an example. If I drop my stiffness all the way to 0, you'll see how my camera like is it's not stiff to my camera settings. It's really far away. It's really like if I stop, it's close, but then if I go supersonic, it's super far away from my car. I can see a lot, but like I can't control my car as much. Whereas on the opposite end, if I have it at 1, like so, it only takes my camera settings when I'm supersonic. So it's very stiff. So this feels really weird. I don't know any pro that uses 1 or the extreme, like 1 or 0. So I would definitely recommend finding a balance. Personally, for me, that's just like 0.45. The camera goes like a bit far away from my car, but it's not like crazy far away to the point where like my car's like a little ant. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. Moving on, swivel speed controls the speed at which your camera can swivel around your car. So this is basically just like this speed, how fast that. Not many like new players use the swivel speed because they tend to just only follow the ball on ball cam. But sometimes when you're on ball cam and you want to just like look to your right slightly just to see if someone's over there, like look around, you know, look in front of you a bit. You want to be able to make it so when you do that, you don't have to like manually wait like a full like 2 seconds for it to input and then get over there. So personally, I like to have mine at 7.4, so it's a bit fast, but you know, if you have good reaction time, you should be able to see it. Transition speed, this is a personal preference, so everyone's going to have their own personal preference for this. This is how fast goes to ball cam and off and on ball cam. So you can see off, on. I know Zen, I think, has really fast, like it's literally just like on, off. But that makes me feel really sick. I don't think it's actually 2, I think it's like 1.7 or 1.8 or something. Yeah, something like that. I think he has his really high, but personally, I don't like that. Demo transition time. Now, this is actually a big one that I don't see people taking consideration for. So demo transition time is essentially when you die and get demoed in the game, how long does it take for your camera to go from where you died to where you're spawning? So it won't change how long it will take for you to spawn and move, but it will take how long when you die where your camera is. So when you die, your camera is always where you died for like a few seconds, and then it goes to like where you're about to spawn. Say if you're about to spawn here, and then like you can go. Personally, the big reason why I have it as low as I do is because when you do get demoed, you can't like move around your camera like this, so you can't see a lot. So say you die like up on the field, and then you die here, and the ball's over there, and you want to be coming back here as fast as possible so you can see the entire pitch. And also if the ball is like coming into your half and you need to go for a save, you have a longer reaction time to be able to like figure out where you're going to have to go. That's actually a very big one. I would definitely recommend the lower you go, probably the better. I don't have it on the very lowest because there is times where I would like to see where or who demoed me, so I can comment to like my teammates potentially. So yeah. Internal swivel speed, I have it off. That's just like, again, a personal preference. It just inverts your camera like up and down, I'm pretty sure. Now, controls, this is a big one. Steering sensitivity and aerial sensitivity, I would recommend having them the same. I have them very low. This is, again, a personal preference. I used to play on the absolute lowest on both of these. I do not recommend it. It gave me a lot of control, yes, but it also made me very slow and not that fluid in the air. So I definitely wouldn't recommend it. For reference, I'm using a controller, an Xbox controller. It's just a normal one. It's like a cheapy Xbox controller. Most pros, they can have it on like 3, but it's somewhere in this range. Like if you have it over here, like you're crazy. Like I don't know what you're doing. Controller Deadzone. Now this is a big one. This controller Deadzone will drastically change how you feel in the game. Like drastically, like to the extreme. And it's also why this one is changed so much with pros over time. But it's also a big indicator of your awareness of your controller. Because this is the biggest thing. I had mine at 0.08. When I first bought the controller and it was fresh, I had it, I think, 0.06. Now, the reason I had it like this at the lower is Deadzone is how much you need to move your analog stick, or like say your mouse or your WASD or whatever, for your car to like move. So the lower it is, the less you have to like move it, which means that the faster your input is going to input. Now that's a big indicator, like it's a drastic change, because put it a bit lower and you'll feel a bit slower. Then put it a bit higher. Oh, sorry, the other way around. Put it a bit higher and you'll feel slower. Put it a bit lower and you'll feel a lot faster. But you might be in less control. So basically do a simple test when you bought a new controller or your controller now. When you start driving, you want your Deadzone to be as low as possible, as low as possible, to where you're not getting stick drift. So see if I start right here and I go move left and right, and I'm driving straight, I'm just holding down reverse and straight. I'm not moving left or right. If I have it lower than this, like I'll give you an example. I have it 0.08. If I put it to the very lowest, this is, yeah, look, my analog, it's registering that my analog stick is looking left and right because it's not very dead centered. And then if I start moving left, see how it's not moving straight? It's still got like a left turn. Like my wheels are slightly turned left. Let me restart so I can show you. Yeah, see how I'm like off the center axis? So yeah, that's basically what it is. So you want to go from the lowest point to your highest without that occurring, essentially. So I wouldn't recommend 0.08. I would just recommend whatever the lowest you can go without getting that stick drift. So yeah, that's a big tip for you. Dodge Deadzone, this is preference. Mine is literally, it's pretty much default, 0.052. This changes depending on like how you can feel on the day, essentially. Like if you're, say, feeling like you're backflipping a lot and your reaction time is decent, you would change it. I'm pretty sure you'd change it, I believe up. Yeah, you'd change it, you'd increase it if you're flipping when you're not actually wanting to flip, but know that it could just be an error on your part and that you are flipping, so in which Deadzone like won't help you, it's just your bad. Control variation, have it off. Just have it off, please, just have it off. Ball camera mode, I have it on toggle. Again, personal preference. I'll go into controls in a minute. I'll just talk about interface, display scale, and nameplate scale. Nameplate scale is actually a big thing. I have it on 150%. This is just like, so you can actually see where your opponents are without your opponent's name tags being so big and in your face that you kind of like see the ball. 150% is like a good range for me personally, but I know people have it higher and lower, so whatever you like, really. Nameplate mode, I've got it on default. Connection quality indicators, I have it off. Like if I'm lagging, I don't actually want to know about it unless it's massive, because otherwise it's a placebo thing. If I see that indicator on the top right of my screen, I will be annoyed and I will immediately play bad. Shot notifications, it's whatever. Team color boost meter, I like having that on. ball arrow. I don't have one. Ball arrow is just like when you're off ball cam, there's like an arrow. Personally, I don't like that. It just gets in the way. So I don't like having it on. Performance graphs. You can use this. You can do like performance summary, so you can see your FPS on the top right. Yeah, it's pretty good FPS actually. I'm getting good FPS, so yeah, that's pretty good. Video. This is also another big one. Put your frames to the highest it can possibly go, unless your frames are dipping a lot. Like you're going from like 140 frames to like 60 like every minute. You might want to just change. Or sorry, like every few seconds, you might want to just change to like a lower setting, like 100 frames per second, because you're better off getting a lower frame rate that is consistent than a high and a low frame rate that is inconsistent. That's just my personal preference. Display mode borderless, just so I can alt tab without like the game like freezing every single time. Resolution, the highest you can go. Vertical sync, I just have that off, but may increase input delay. I just don't have it on because it will increase the input delay. Anti-aliasing. So I use this for thumbnails and that's it. It's basically how smooth the lines are on your car. If you have it off, it will look a bit more jagged, like around the ball. Whereas if you have it on, it will be like more smooth. Like all the lines on your screen will be more smooth. But it's a big performance thing. So I would have it off if you have like a low-end PC. Render quality, I would recommend high quality. Frames per second, yeah, again, the highest. Texture detail, high quality. And then this is the easy part. Everything to the lowest. The only thing that I would maybe change is maybe like high quality shading if you really like how this looks. But it is a big, like, you can see it's just like a big performance thing. Like this looks a lot more simple. I think that's about it. Audio, I have everything off. Ambient, crowd, I would recommend having off. And I've just got master and gameplay. That's the two biggest things. I also have player anthems off, so I don't like having to hear those. Voice chat, it's whatever. Okay, now controls is a big thing. Drive forward, obviously same. Yeah, jump is A. Boost is RB. So my right bumper. Then my power slide and air roll, I have the same. I would recommend this. So power slide and air roll. This is power slide. And I can do this, and then I can just jump, and then it stays air rolling. If I need to adjust in the air, typically I don't actually use air roll that much unless I'm like air rolling left, because I have an air roll right bind. So unless I need to do this, or I'm doing like, or if I'm holding it down actually, sometimes I hold air roll down, especially when I land. Like I'm holding it down when I land, because say you go like this and you don't have it on, you'll stop. Whereas if you are sideways like this and you have it on, you'll slide and you can keep like a lot more momentum. So that's a big thing. Boost, yeah, power slide. Focus on ball, I have it on Y, that's the default. Rear view mirror, that's just like holding down the right stick. Air roll right or air steer right, yeah, that's all default. And then air roll right. So I have one of these bind. I know pros, a lot of pros, they have both. But honestly, one is all you need. If you want to get to that very next level, I'd have two, but it's like a very minuscule change. You could see changes, like I know freestylers will probably have both, but personally I don't need it. And it's like it'd be a big change to get used to, that I wouldn't want to have to do that at this stage in my game. Skipping replay is obviously just A. Scoreboard, I have it off at the moment because I do YouTube videos, and I found it a habit. I would have it on X for reference, but you guys like don't want me like tapping the scoreboard every single like 5 seconds, and which is what I typically do in game. It's like a tick of mine. So I've just unbinded it, and every time I want to look at scoreboard, I have to like reach over to my keyboard just to look at it, just so I stop getting used to it essentially. But yeah, you can have it off if you don't have that habit like me. I'm just weird. Reset shot is X in training. That's actually a big thing. Use item for rumble is left stick. Yeah, those are all the major things. So those are all my settings essentially. What I will be talking about now is if you're on console, then you can kind of click off. This doesn't apply to you. But if you're on PC and want to like level up your gameplay, and you're also wondering why I've got this BakkesMod on the top left, and I am in free play, but the map isn't like completely white and it looks just real clean. It's all to do with BakkesMod. I would highly recommend it. You can change your items on BakkesMod, but also free play. You can use BakkesMod free play. So when I have BakkesMod free play off and I go into this is what it looks like. On the top right, I have all this stuff. And if I turn off normal stadium colors, turn this back on. Yeah, this is what the default free play would look like. It looks a lot, like, it looks terrible. It looks super bland. I hate having a look at this. It just looks yuck. So personally, I have that changed. In BakkesMod, I use normal colors, and then use normal car color as well. So my car is in gray as well. Unlimited flips. Oh, and also show goal speed. I like that, to have that on. That's how you get that indicator. Unlimited flips. This is so I can just like not have to worry like if I'm controlling the ball, and I don't have to worry about like whether I got like a flip reset, because I'll know, like, I'm practicing to get the flip reset, but it's like I will know if I got it or not, if that makes sense. So if I, like here, like I didn't get it, but I can pretend like I did. Like I can play it out as if I did get the flip reset without having to worry. And also it's good for angles. So I can go like this, and then I can just like try out a musty here in this position. So yeah, very odd. But yeah, it has the goal speed on the top left as well. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and if there's like a tutorial that you want to see, let me know in the comment section below. I'll also make a pinned comment. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys found my settings useful. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for it, so yeah, I'll see you around.